King Noble Black Supremacy. And with this particular video, I want to talk about how the Me Too movement is an anti-Christian movement. And I got to speak on this. I don't speak on this as being a Christian myself per se, or being of the religious denomination or doctrination of Christianity. But I say it as a black person in America who grew up in the Baptist church. I say this because Christianity has been shoved down our throats as black people, particularly those who are militants, those who are black nationalists or Afrocentric, those of us who are angry at the white man for the 400 years of slavery, for what he's done to our people then and now. And we're angry about it and we want justice. Christianity has been shoved down our throats. We've been told to forgive our enemies and get over it. Christianity has been taught to us to make us okay with our oppression and our oppressor, and has allowed the white man to live good at the expense of the black race during slavery, and now he is a beneficiary of our Holocaust. And we have been taught by the Bible. See, I don't know what the Bible teaches them, but the Bible has taught us to forgive, to turn the other cheek. And that has been our stance. And that has been how we have responded to what this devil has done to us. So no matter how militant we talk, no matter how revolutionary we have presented ourselves, as a race we have turned the other cheek, gotten over it, pretty much forgiven the white man based on the Bible. Because the Bible tells us to do so, and we want to be good Christians in this society. So when I turn around and I see how Bill Cosby is being done, it shows me an anti-Christian sentiment in this society. A contradiction. A horrible contradiction here. Because if you look at the Me Too movement, they have shown no forgiveness or no compassion or mercy for Bill Cosby. Now this is if the allegations were true. They have celebrated his demise, his downfall, and his destruction. They are celebrating it. When that verdict came down guilty, they was happy. And they have held hatred in their hearts at Bill Cosby for over 30 years or longer. Wanting revenge, totally vindictive, begrudging, hateful for all those years, no forgiveness. And now they even want to go so far as to remove the statute of limitation on certain transgressions, so that you can just hate somebody forever. There's no limitation on how long somebody did something to you. You can bring that shit back up 80 years later. No forgiveness. You're not getting over nothing. So then it makes me ask, why do we have a statute of limitation on slavery? Oh, that happened 400 years ago. Or if we're going to remove the statute of limitation, then we need to remove it from how we feel about our oppressors. That we need justice and reparations right now. That he needs punishment and penalization right now for what he did. That we shouldn't be forgiven. We shouldn't use forgiveness. That's what this Bill Cosby situation is showing me, and should be showing all of you all. Fuck forgiveness. Fuck mercy. Fuck compassion. This white man did this to you, fucked up our race, and created these satanic Illuminati puppets, Bill Cosby. That's why we have these satanic Illuminati puppets like Bill Cosby, because of 400 years of slavery. Negroes selling their soul to try to fit into white supremacy. That's why we have Bill Cosby, because of 400 years of slavery. Why should we forget? Why the fuck should we forget? This anti-Christianity movement, Me Too movement, is saying that it's okay to be unchristian about things. It's okay to want justice forever, to have hatred, and to celebrate the downfall of your enemies. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You can only be happy until your enemies is brought down. That's the only time that it's okay to have a sense of peace, a sense of happiness, and to be all right is the day that your enemy falls. That's what the Me Too movement is showing. That we should persecute and prosecute those who are enemies to the end, unrelentlessly, and celebrate the day that they fall down. That's anti-Christian. So how do you do that? We need to take note of this and see how the times have changed, and we need to get active. And we need a Me Too Holocaust victim movement. We need a Me Too transatlantic slave trade movement that wants justice and reparations and want to see our enemies penalized and punished and executed, because it's okay now. Listen to the Bible. Let's go to the Bible about forgiveness and see if this is a Christian society. See if they are using Christianity. See if they are Christians. That white woman, Constance, whatever her name is, Constance, Andrea Constance, or whatever her name is. Let's see if they are Christians. All these white women that's coming out. There's a few blacks in there that's coming out against Bill Cosby. All these white women have no forgiveness towards this black man. Want to see him die in jail, separated from his grandchildren. Want to see him suffering. And the black women in there, these are the same black women that didn't forgive the white man for 400 years of slavery. They have a statute of limitations. Well, that happened a long time ago. That's sprinkled in there with the white women. Because their bandwagon is the feminist movement, hatred of men. But once you start hating men, the already hated man is going to get more hate, and that's the black man. So even though when it becomes about man hatred, it's the black man that's going to be hated more. It's going to get even more hate. Because first you was hating us because we was a black man, hating us because it was a black. Now you add in the overall hatred of men at all in society. Add that in there. But let's see, did they have any forgiveness? Because he's going to jail. The jail is supposed to be a correctional facility, meaning to correct his behavior. But if he ain't did nothing and committed no more crimes and there's no more victims within the last 20 to 30 years, that means he's self-corrected. He must have corrected. If he ain't did shit in 20 years, he must have corrected his behavior. So you're not sending him to jail to correct him. You're sending him to jail because you hate him, because you're mad, because you're angry, because you cannot show any mercy or compassion. You cannot forgive him. He has done the unforgivable in their eyesight. That their hatred is justified. Let's go to the Bible that y'all forced down our throat and see what it says. Because this is why we let the white man off the hook. This is why the black race is so subservient, and you don't have an army of Nat Turners decapitating white people in the streets. Because of this very Bible that you are contradicting, that you're putting out a different message in 2018. Let's go to this Bible and see what it says. I got a few scriptures here on forgiving one's enemies. Proverbs 9:11. A man's discretion makes him slow to anger, and it is his glory to overlook transgressions. Some people have been saying this is a Christian nation, and it's built on the fundamentals of Christianity, which is why we swear on the Bible when we go to court. This ain't no Christian nation. This is a white supremacy police state. Whatever the white man says right is right, and whatever the white man says wrong is wrong. That's the bottom line. It has nothing to do with Christianity or the Bible. However they feel, they want to completely show that they have the absolute power and authority by any means necessary. So however they need to show that, whoever they need to make an example out of at any point, any time, to show that they are the ones in power, that's the rule of law. That's how they operate. This week it'll be the Me Too movement. Next week it'll be another movement. Whoever they feel like can give them an opportunity to show that the police state is in absolute power. No man is above the law. No man is above that which maintains the institutions of global white supremacy and the institutions of white supremacy in America. No man is above that. And any opportunity that they can get to show that, that's what they're going to do. That has nothing to do with the Bible, Christianity, right and wrong principles, none of that. White supremacy. Proverbs 24:17. Do not rejoice when your enemy fails, and do not let your heart be glad when he stumbles. Huh? They was happy as hell when Bill Cosby got locked up, man. They was celebrating. Guilty, guilty, guilty. They happy he gonna put on that orange uniform and die in jail. That's what they want for their enemies. Death. That's what they want for those who have transgressed them without any statute of limitations. That's what they want. Death for their enemies. Why we don't? Why we don't want death for our enemies? Why are we not merciless towards our enemies? Why do we show compassion towards our enemies as a race? They don't show any. It's white women spearheading this man hatred campaign. This of Bill Cosby. This black hatred campaign of Bill Cosby. Iconic black fatherhood. Desecrated in front of our face. Why do we show any mercy? We live by a Bible. Our enemy taught us that he ain't even living by the Bible. They not even living by the Bible. Do not say, Proverbs 24:29. Do not say, thus I shall do unto him as he has done unto me. I will render to the man according to his work. Don't even pay him back. The Bible says don't pay him back. Whatever they did to you, don't even pay him back. Don't seek no type of revenge or no type of, they don't owe you nothing. Let it go. You don't have to get even, Stephen. According to the Bible. Proverbs 25:21-22. If your enemy is hungry, give him food to eat, and if he is thirsty, give him water to drink, for you will heap burning coals on his head, and the Lord will reward you. So you're supposed to be feeding your enemies, as though we have fed the white man, fed Massa. We've been still feeding them for over 400 years. We've been still feeding Master after slavery. Working in Master's kitchen, working in fast food restaurants in the South. Doing culinary work and cooking. We've been feeding Master. We've been being good Christians. Feeding our enemies. So you ain't supposed to look to see your enemy spend life in jail or see if your enemy rot in jail. You're supposed to feed your enemy. Matthew 5:7. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall receive mercy. Are they being merciful towards Bill Cosby? They'll tell you they have no mercy for that man. They taking this one man and using him as an example for all the victimization that women feel on the fucking planet, and making sure that he pay as an individual for that. How the fuck is that merciful? Matthew 5:39-48. But I say to you, do not resist an evil person, but whoever slaps you on the right cheek, turn the other cheek to him also. If anyone wants to sue you and take your shirt, let him have your coat also. Whoever forces you to go 1 mile, go with him 2. That's what we've done. We've turned the cheek against the white man. If I say black power, black supremacy, let's deal with these crackers. You know, they're going to say, well, no, don't be like that. Don't do them like they do you. You got to be better. Don't be like that because, you know, you going to be worse than them. You can't do them the same way they did you. You got to be right. That's what you've taught us. But what are you showing us here with Bill Cosby? What are you showing us? They ain't turning no damn other cheeks. They want to see that man dead. They really would have been happy if he got the death sentence. Because that's really what it is. That's really what life in jail is a death sentence. Matthew 6:12-15. And forgive us our debts as we also have forgiven our debtors. And do not lead us into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. This is Christianity. That's why I said the Me Too movement is anti-Christian. And if we're in the anti-Christian era now, then the white man going to have to pay. It's time for reparations. It's time for penalty and punishment with no statute of limitation for what the white man has done to us, which has produced Illuminati puppets like Bill Cosby. It's 400 years of slavery that produced Bill Cosby. He was made in America. He wasn't made in Africa. So whatever problem you have with Bill Cosby has been made by white supremacy, has been produced by white supremacy. So if you really want to really get to the root of the evil of Bill Cosby, if he is evil as the allegations present, then if you want to get to the root of that evil, then you have to go back to the white man who was the author of this evil, who manufactured this evil right here in America through the circumstance that he has created. And do not lead us into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. For if you forgive others for their transgression, your heavenly Father will forgive you. So you mean to tell me the Me Too movement don't want no forgiveness from their heavenly Father? They don't deserve forgiveness. They should be dealt mercilessly. What type of society would we live in? In a merciless society without compassion where people don't even give a fuck. That's why people are shooting up schools right now and just killing people in Waffle Houses because they are merciless. They have no compassion. No compassion. And the people that bullied them, to have them behave like that, are merciless without compassion. So that's the society that we live in today. And that is what, to me, is being presented through this Bill Cosby situation. I had to touch on this. The Me Too movement is anti-Christian. I don't care what anybody say. And you cannot, black people won't have a problem with that. Because Christianity has been forced down our throats, and that's why the white man's having the party that he's having today. Because of that Bible. So I'm going to have a problem when I see the opposite being enforced and being enacted than what blacks and whites in this country have shoved down my throat when I try to deal with the issue of how the mistreatment of black people in this country. This is King Noble Black Supremacy signing out.